Hey guys, Chris here, and today I'm going to be talking about, kind of, in my opinion, why I think college, for the most part, is a scam. Now, I go to community college. I'm in the parking lot right now. I just, finished some homework. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's a very good experience, but I still think it's very much a scam. Now, okay, colleges have to make their money somehow. So the prices of classes, that's, I don't really know how I feel about that, because on average, it's around, I don't know, maybe 500 a class. That's like your kind of average, um, price. It sometimes is higher, sometimes is lower, really depends on the amount of credits. Um, I think it's safe to say it's maybe like close to like $100 a credit, maybe. Um, but so that's not too terrible. Like for me, I paid, and this is without. I mean, I tried applying for a scholarship, but they wouldn't take me because it really all depends on what your parents are making. Um, I'm my family's like comfortable. We don't really have to like skimp on a lot of things, which I'm very grateful for. But at the same time, like, it's kind of in that limbo where like it would help a lot, you know. And so of course I applied for it, and they didn't take it. And it was such like a painstaking process. Like I tried to reach out to like teachers, from like my high school, and one of them didn't even write back. Another one took a little while. So I just ended up going with like this person who works at my church, and she's like known my family forever, and she put in the recommendation for me, but I still didn't get it. But that's not really the point. Like, so it's pretty expensive. I am pretty much out of money now at this point after paying for 2 semesters. And yeah, I mean, I'm probably just gonna have to work 2 jobs this summer. I mean, I can't do it now because obviously I have school. But it's not cheap. It's cheap, very cheap compared to universities. Right here, I'm paying about, I don't know, 5,000 a school year. So for 2 semesters. And at universities, you're paying, I don't even want to know. I mean, I know. It's like average. I think the average is like 50,000 a year, which is terrible. Like, if all schools charged the same thing, they could still make a whole lot of money. Like, I don't know why they are charging this ridiculous amount. Like, even here, it's like expensive. Like, I barely have any money left after paying for just a year here. And granted, like, I could have been in a worse situation. Like, I used to be super, like, skimpy. I mean, I am back to being skimpy now with money, but, like, when I was working at Jewel, I barely bought anything with my money, so I actually was very lucky, and I saved up a huge amount of it. But basically, from the span of, like, last summer to like through this summer, I was very willy-nilly like with my spending habits. And I really wish I wasn't. And the sad thing is, most of it went towards like energy drinks. I'm trying to quit them again. And I'm just kind of switching to coffee. And it's good. I think it's obviously way cheaper. You buy like okay, 2 energy drinks is like $5, right? But just like a huge like amount of coffee that can like last you like a few weeks is $5. So it's, obviously better economically, better for me, I think. I mean, it's like, if you look at a label on an energy drink can, it's like most of these ingredients are like, what is this? I mean, they're good. You know, I love, as much as I'm trying to, like, you know, quit drinking them, I still, you know, love energy drinks. I still have the collection in my room. But I keep getting distracted. Just side thoughts. But, it's expensive. No matter where you go, unless you get a scholarship, which I'm hoping when I do transfer to a university, because that's what I'm going to do probably. When I do that, though, I'm going to hope that they're going to understand just a little bit more, because sure, paying $5,000 a year, that's tough, but it's like, it's doable, you know what I mean? Really, anyone can do that, like, get a good job. Not even a good job, you can probably pay that off with, like, you know, if you set up like an installment plan, you could pay it off over time. And it would only take you probably year, 2 years at most to pay it off working like a normal job. Like, I'm talking like a, you know, entry-level job. Like, you could probably pay that off, because, I mean, I'm paying it off with an entry-level job. With money from one. I mean, I'm working now. Obviously, I work at the UPS store, and I'm very happy with it. I'm not making a lot, though. Like, my pay isn't bad. It's just I don't work a lot. Like, I'm working maybe, like, depending on the week, it's either, like, 6 hours a week or, like, 10. So I'm not working a lot of hours. But it's okay. And I think I am going to get another job over the summer. Unless, like, they give me a bunch more hours. But it's kind of hard because it's a family business. So, like, you only have so many people there. You can't just, you know, you have to kind of, like, divide it. I'm just glad I'm not working at Blue Raven anymore. Like, first off, I'm not a good salesman. Second off, my phone is terrible. Like, I was lucky to have done that during the summer, because if I did it now, I would be out there for like half an hour. Like, you had to have 4 different apps for this job, and you had to like cycle between them kind of. So within like an hour, my phone probably would have been dead. Like, during the summer, it was different, but like when it's cold outside, my phone is terrible. I mean, right now it's terrible. My home button lost all functionality, so I, you know, put the little slidey thing on, you know, that you can touch, and it does multiple things. But anyway, no, the biggest reason, so tuition, yeah, that's a big scam, right? Especially at a university level. Community college, I can kind of understand. But, like, really? Why are you charging $50,000 plus a year? Like, that's $50,000 a year is almost good at this point, which is pretty sad. And that just kind of goes to prove that I think people with, you know, billionaires, some millionaires, you know, people that run these things, I don't think they're people. I really don't. I think, I mean, obviously, unless you were born into riches, you at some point were on, you know, not the bottom, but you were like at the normal level. And I think these people either forgot about that or just never experienced that. The people that, you know, founded or run these colleges. It's like, how much of a soul do you need to take out before you get to the level of having to charge people $50,000 plus for education, for stuff that'll help them for their whole life, and basically plan out their whole life? It's beyond me. But another thing that really pisses me off is that books nowadays. So, in the old, well, I never really experienced this, but in the past, really all you would need to do for, I mean, you needed books, obviously, so you could buy used ones. I mean, that's what I would have done if, you know, it was 15, 20 years ago. I don't need new books. I don't want new books, because they're just more expensive, so there's really no point, and I mean, unless they're completely defaced. But now, you have to buy books with an access code, or new books with an access code. Now, buying new books, that's like, okay, whatever. But I mean, you can do that. That's, you know, a preference, you know. I prefer things used. Or I shouldn't say that about everything, but I would much rather pay for used stuff instead of new stuff. But one thing that gets to me is that you have to buy them new because they have these access codes, right? And what this does is So there's like homework online that requires the access code. And the access code is only valid for 1 semester. So you can't just buy a book, a used book, and have it work. You need a new access code. And to have a new access code, you need to buy a new book. So it's a scam. It is such a scam. Like, holy crap. Like, I don't understand this. Like, how much money do you need? Like, why? We're already paying a huge amount for tuition. Why should we have to pay like another like $500 for books at the bare minimum? I paid I paid just about $500 for books this semester. And that's on top of the money I spent on the actual classes. So maybe we could keep like, or at least I would love to see university level prices change. Community college, it's reasonable. I'll give it that. I mean, it's not the most convenient thing, but it's reasonable. So if that stays the same, why not just funnel a portion of the money you have to pay for classes to the publishers of the books you have to buy? Like, I just don't get it. It is such just a terrible system. And okay, you could say, well, why are you even going to college if you believe that this is such like a scam and everything? Like, you can't really get anywhere anymore without going to college, it feels like. Which is really dumb, because if you look at the past, you could do you could make honest money without having to go to college. All you needed was like a high school diploma. And like, that's just not part of today's society. Like, no one's gonna go down to Honest John's Plumbing or whatever. It's all run by companies that are big and everything. Like, there isn't any more like individuality in business, and the closest you come to that is franchises, like where I'm working at the UPS store. It's like you get your freedom, but it's not really under your name, you know what I mean? So like, to get a proper job and to be seen as a functioning member of society, you need to get, through college, at least 4 years of it. And I don't know, I just think it's kind of dumb. I mean, as a concept, college isn't dumb, but just that idea that you need to go to college to have a good life. I don't think that's true. I know for a fact there are probably millions of people that have not gone to college and have a good life. And a lot of times it's like people that either formed bands or just got lucky with some kind of business idea. And I don't have any of that. I'm not musically talented. I would love to have a band. I'm not musically talented though. I don't have any really good inventions or ideas. So it's like, I'm not going to be one of those lucky people, probably. I'm just going to follow this cycle of finishing community college, going to a university, blah, 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 blah. Also, nice voice crack on my part. But, I don't know. I just think it's kind of stupid, this whole thing. I don't like it one bit. But I'm going through it for some reason. Probably because, honestly, like, I could look into other things, but I just really don't want to. Like, I know, maybe the reason I'm doing this is because I know how it's gonna go, Like, I'm gonna finish college, I'm gonna get a job in whatever field I decide to go, probably English. I'm gonna get a job, and I'm probably just gonna live out the rest of my life with that job and then retire at some point and die. But it's just, part of me wants control, like to do my own thing, but another part of me just wants to just know what's gonna happen. And I feel like with doing college, like pretty much everyone else is, like, I know what's gonna happen. But I don't know, I just feel like I'm in a rut, but at the same time I'm not. It's really weird, and I hate it, but it's also okay. The one thing that just annoys me is huge amount of tuition for universities, and the whole access code thing. That is complete bullshit, and I hate it. And I really hope whoever came up with both of those will someday rot in hell for the rest of eternity after getting run over by a bus multiple times. I'll see you guys in the next video.